David, a small boy with a heart full of courage, lived in a quiet village. One day, a very big giant appeared, towering over the houses and scaring everyone. Despite his size, David knew he had to protect his home. He grabbed his trusty slingshot and faced the giant bravely. With a single shot, he hit the giant right on the forehead. To everyone's amazement, the giant stumbled and fell with a great thud.
So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I created that video, and it's super easy because all I did was use free AI tools to put the video together and you're good to go. So it's something that you can do from the comfort of your home, and if you're looking to start a faceless YouTube channel that is going to pay you tremendously, then this video is definitely for you. And if this is something that you're interested in, please come closer and let's dive in. So to get started, the first thing you need to do is to come up with the script for your documentary, and it could be about anything, anywhere, or anybody, right? So if you come up with a story, if you have a storyline, maybe it's about somewhere in US or somewhere in Africa, or someone in US or someone in Africa or someone in Europe, depending on what you want to cover, then that is totally fine. But I want to use Bible stories to create this documentary so that it can appeal to both adults and kids as well. So the first thing I need to do is to come over to Google, and I'm going to search for best Bible stories. Okay, best Bible stories, and here you have David and the very big Goliath. You have the Noah, you have the creation, you have Jonah, you have birth of Christ, you have the Good Samaritan, and so many more. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to go ahead and use the David and the very big giants, right? So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and the next thing I'm going to do, I bet you know what I'm going to do. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to ChatGPT to create the story for us. And to do that, all I have to do is to come over here and tell ChatGPT to generate a story about David and the very big giant. Make it a 30-second story. Now, this is for the purpose of this tutorial so that it doesn't get very long, but if you want to have the full video, you have to impute the length that you want, right? I've done a tutorial on how you can get a very lengthy script. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to be linking it in the description, or you can click here to watch it after watching this video. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to be working with 30 seconds so that you can just see everything at once. So here that I have this now, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and send this and let ChatGPT create the story for us. All right, now you can see that ChatGPT has generated the story, and the next thing we're going to do is to generate the image prompts that we're going to be using for the story. And to do that, all I have to do now is to come over to this place and type in generate image prompt for this story in a Pixar. Make sure it's in Pixar, because Pixar looks way better. Pixar cartoon style, okay? In a Pixar cartoon style. So here we have generate the image prompts for this story in a Pixar cartoon style. So this is all we need to give ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is going to go ahead and generate the image prompt for this story. So now you have this, and you can see that ChatGPT did not add the Pixar style. So what we're going to do here is to tell ChatGPT to include the Pixar style, but you might not necessarily need to do this. All you have to do is to put it in the image generative AI tool and then add, in a Pixar style. But I just want ChatGPT to generate everything so that I can learn how it works with ChatGPT, just in case you miss it, so you won't have any problem trying to generate the image that you're going to use for your video. So now you can see what I want to add here. Indicate that it's a Pixar cartoon style in the prompt. So this way ChatGPT will know, oh, okay, you want me to add that, it's a Pixar style, and it's going to add that for us. So let's go ahead and send it and see what ChatGPT will come up with, and we're good to go. All right, so this is super perfect. Now that the image prompt is ready, the next thing I'm going to do is to copy this story, and we're going to go to our audio generative platform. It could be 11 Labs or it could be Clipchamp, right? I love using Clipchamp more because it's more free than 11 Labs. So, but either of them works and they both get monetized. So to do that, all I have to do is come over here and go over to clipchamp.com. Okay, clipchamp.com, and it's open like so, and we're going to go ahead and sign up. If you don't have an account, all you have to do is to click on try for free and you're going to sign up, but I already have an account, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on sign in to sign in with my Google account, and we're ready to rumble. All right, so now that it has opened, the next thing we're going to do is to click on create a new video. And once it opens like so, the next thing we're going to do is to come over to record and create and click on it to open, and then we're going to go ahead and click on text to speech. So now that we have this, the next thing I'm going to do is to paste in the story that we copied from ChatGPT, and I'm going to do it like so. So here is the story. The next thing you're going to do is to select the sound, and I'm going to be wearing my headphones to do that. So we're going to select the voice that we want to use, and of course, we're going to tweak things from there. Now, there is a lot of voices that you can use depending on what you want to achieve, but that's totally up to you, right? So for language, I'm going to leave it at English, United States. And for voice, I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down and look for any voice that I'm going to pick from here. So now that I have this, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and click on save, and it's going to generate the audio for us, and we're good to go.
2 seconds later.
All right, so now it has done generating the audio, and what we're going to do next is to go ahead and export this. And like I always say, there's no point exporting it at 720 or 1080p, because what we need this for is just the audio. So I'm just going to go ahead and export it at 480p, and I'm going to come here and name it David. And I'm going to go ahead and save it like so. So now I have that saved up. And the next thing that I'm going to do is to go over to ChatGPT, and we're going to start generating the images. And to do that, all I have to do is to simply copy this number 1 like so. And I'm going to come over to my new browser, and I'm going to go over to Meta AI. Now you can use either Meta AI, or you can use Bing, or you can use Leonardo AI. But I prefer Meta AI because it's conversational. You can actually adjust what you want anyhow you want it and all of that. And again, there is another tool that we're going to be using in Meta AI that is not available in other platforms. So it's much easier. So here that we have this, I'm going to go ahead and paste this here and click on send. All right, so here you can see that it has generated the image for us, and it's looking amazing so far. And the next thing I'm going to do is to come over to ChatGPT to copy the second prompt, and I'm going to come over to Meta AI and paste it like this. All right, so here you can see that it has generated the image for us, and it's looking amazing. Remember, this is a cartoon style and not the original style, so you don't expect it to look like a human, but this is really, really good. The next thing we want to do here is that we're going to go back to the first image, from the first image, and what we're going to do here is we're going to click on animate to animate the image. And now you can see that it has animated the images for us, and it's looking amazing. Don't worry, it's just about 2 seconds or 3 seconds, but we're going to fix that during editing, right? So, and that is also why we generated multiple images. So we're going to be using all of them while we are editing the video. So now that I have this, all I have to do here is to go ahead and expand this, and we're going to start saving it one after the other. Now, it's a lot of work to do this, but we don't have a choice, right? So we're going to go ahead and keep, download it into our device, so we have something that we can use for our editing. And here you can see it has animated this one as well, and it's looking super, super amazing. I can't wait to show you how to piece these things together. And now that you're done downloading, the next thing you're going to do is to go over to your CapCut, whether you're using your mobile phone or you're using your desktop, anyone that you're using to edit, you can just use your editing platform to do this. It could be Adobe Premiere Pro, it could be Final Cut, it could be CapCut, it could be InShot, it Could be any editing platform, but it's the same procedure. All right, so now that our CapCut has opened, the next thing we're going to do is to import our footages. That's the videos that we downloaded from Meta AI, and we're going to be selecting it one after the other. So why I'm using this as against the one that I downloaded from Leonardo AI is because Leonardo AI images are quite limited, so I don't want to run out of credits while I'm generating images. So I just don't want anything that is going to limit my process. Okay, so now that I've had this selected, all I have to do is to click on open to import the images. So now the images has been imported, and the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to bring in the audio. Okay, we're going to bring in the audio, and to do that, all we have to do is to click on audio. All right, and we're going to click on extract an audio. Okay, click on extract an audio, and we're going to click on import. Remember the voiceover we downloaded it in a video format. Sadly, that's the only way you can download audio from Clipchamp, right? So we're just going to bring that in, which is this one, and we're going to click on open, right? So you can see it has extracted the audio from Clipchamp, right? So here we're going to go ahead and bring this to our timeline, and we're going to go back to media like so. All right, we're going to go back to media, and you must come here and make sure you select 16:9. Okay, click here and select 16:9 so that you have that YouTube format, right? So now that we have selected this, we're going to go ahead and introduce our first character, which is David, right? So let's go ahead and play it back and hear how David was introduced so we know how to place in our character.
David, a small boy with a heart full of courage.
You know, the video is just about 2 seconds or thereabouts. So what we're going to do is to slow it down, and we're going to come over to select the video, of course, and we're going to come over to speed, and we're going to reduce this by half, and you can see that it increased the length of the video. So let's go ahead and play it and see. All right, so let's go ahead and slow it down a little more like so. So we just have something perfect. All right, so here we have this.
David, a small boy with a heart.
All right, so this is perfect as it is. And the next thing I want to do is I want to expand this to fill in that space. You know, this black space, you're not going to leave this like this. It's going to be totally horrible, and it's going to hurt your channel. Your channel might never grow like this. So what we're going to do here is that we're going to select the video, and we're going to come over to video, and we're going to click on scale to scale in the image like so that it fills in the screen. Okay, so here we have it like so. So we're going to put in the logo. We're going to put the logo down. So what we might want to do to make it more engaging is to animate it as well by using our keyframe. So to do that, we're going to take this playhead back, and we're going to turn on the keyframe like so. Okay, we're going to turn on the keyframe, and we're going to come towards the end of the clip like so, and we're going to click on the image, of course, and we're going to then bring it down like so, or yeah, bring it down like so. So now we have something like
David, a small boy with a heart full of courage.
All right, so now we have this, and remember, Meta AI generated 4 images for us, and I converted all of them to video animation. So what I want to do here is I want to bring in another David, you know, another image of him, which is this one. So let's go ahead and drop this here. Of course, we're going to highlight the image, and we're going to go over to speed, and we're going to reduce this like so. And now we have this. So the next thing we're going to do is to drag this, scale it in. All right, scale it in like so. So we have this right now.
David, a small boy with a heart full of courage, lived in a quiet village. One day,
all right, so this is perfect. This is how you want to edit it. And what you might want to do is to add a soundtrack, because the soundtrack actually levels it up, takes it from here to here. So you have to add the soundtrack to beef up the video. And to do that, all you have to do, remember, I've always said that you should get your soundtrack from YouTube itself. And to do that, all you have to do is to come over to your browser, and you're going to go over to studio.youtube.com. So now that we are here, the next thing we're going to do is to click on the audio library. Click on the audio library like so. And Here we have it. So the next thing we want to do is we're going to filter the sound that we're going to use. So to filter this, all we have to do is to click here and we're going to select attribution not required. I've explained how and why you should select this, and I'm going to leave the video in the description, or you can click here to watch the video on how to use YouTube Music Library, right? So I don't go ahead and start explaining over and over again. I make the video longer than it's supposed to be. So now that I have this, the next thing I'm going to do is to click on attribution not required. So now that I've selected attribution not required, we're going to go over to genre, and to do that, we're going to click here and it's going to come up like this, and we're going to click on genre to select the genre that we're going to use. So click on genre and you can see different genres here. You can see children's, you can see ambient, you can see cinematic, and that is exactly the one we're going to be using for the purpose of this tutorial. So I'm just going to go ahead and select cinematic and click on apply. So all we have here is cinematic. Just take your time to search the right song that you're going to be using for your videos, and also you can mix different videos to get different reactions depending on the emotions, and that is how to create a documentary. You're supposed to carry the viewers along with the soundtrack, with the voiceover, and of course the sound effect, because all of that comes together to create a very good experience for your viewers. And now that we have selected this, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and click on download to download this to our device. It's totally free to use and is completely copyright free. Okay, so now we're going to click on save and save this to our device, and we're going to jump back to CapCut, and of course we're going to click on import. Now I'm doing this because I want to show you how it works and how you can get your audio. But before you even start editing and start doing all of this, you would have gone to YouTube Audio Library to download the songs that you're going to be using, because trying to do it while you're editing increases the editing time, increases your output time, and then it delays your output and all of that. So you want to output as many videos as possible, so you have to simplify your creation process. And now that we have that downloaded, the next thing we're going to do is to import the audio. And to do that, we click on import, and we're going to click on the audio that we downloaded from YouTube right now, and we're going to click on open. So now we have it here, and the next thing we're going to do is to drag and drop this to our timeline like so. And of course, you're going to reduce the audio. Now, there are two ways to do this. Either you just hover around here and this icon will come out, the arrow icon pointing upwards and downwards, and then you drag it down to whatever level that you want it. Or you can just come here to volume and you're going to turn it way down. You know, don't make it too loud. You just have to put it in a way that it still sounds good, and the voiceover, the documentary will still be, you know, heard and everything. So all you have to do is just follow this format, and it did the rest of the video, export it, and you're good to go. And if you want to learn more ways to create videos, faceless videos on YouTube, I put together this playlist for you to watch to learn how you can create animations by using Canva and some other AI tools. So go ahead and watch it and thank me later. See you on the other side. Ciao.